Hey, let's talk about Kakuja from Tokyo Ghoul. In Tokyo Ghoul, there are wards, and for example, in the 11th ward, it's inhabitable to humans. So how do ghouls stuck in the 11th and other Forsaken wards feed without humans? Well, they eat each other. Cannibalism, a fucked up mind, and Kakuja go hand in hand. So when a ghoul cannibalizes a fellow ghoul, for one, it tastes disgusting, but they absorb the poor creature's RC cells to bolster their own, becoming stronger. Once a cannibal reaches a point where they have absorbed enough RC cells, a mutation occurs, normally called a Kakuja. A Kakuja creates an armor-like Kagune that wrap around the user, boosting their overall stats considerably. So in other words, it's kind of like a ghoul Super Saiyan or next step in evolution. With the design of Kakuja, they seem to be based on the user's state of mind. Like for example, Kaneki's iconic centipede Kakuja, which is based on his torture by Yamori with the Chinese red-headed centipede, which becomes a big part of Kaneki. But with further evolution of the mind and body, the Kagune can take on many new forms, to more simple designs, to more insane designs that represent the ghoul. Unlike most power-ups like Super Saiyan, Kurama Chakra Mode, or Gear 4th, there's a big drawback with Kakujas. You lose your goddamn mind. Let's jump into the stages of Kakuja, because just eating other ghouls won't mutate you fully. That's why we have these things called incomplete Kakuja or half Kakuja, which are ghouls with incomplete forms, like for example Yamori/Jason. In this fight with Kaneki, he manifested in an incomplete Kakuja, only his arm and head got covered in flesh-like armor, and to top it off, he went berserk. Most ghouls monitored aren't able to control themselves at all during this state. Some say that it's because it takes a really messed up dude to eat his own kind, so your brain just kinda goes into overdrive, with all the RC cells pumping through you. But if you chill out and catch yourself before driving down the psychopathic highway, you can gain control. But you have to have a clear head. That's how Kaneki went from a crazy, unrefined centipede against the CCG to a controlled, cold, and calculated combatant against Arima. Fighting the White Reaper, Kaneki found his resolve and pushed past his problems, taking the reins and using his Kakuja his way. With that, we move on to full Kakujas like Eto, the one-eyed owl, who have a fully evolved Kakuja and can completely control it to their own whim, from morphing their Kagune to whatever they see fit, to becoming a giant armored monster. But not all Kakuja can be like Eto's, and not all Kakuja will have the same capabilities as Eto, and can still be considered complete. Like as far as I understand, Arata Kirishima was a full Kakuja, and we only hear about his insane armor. Not much about him having complete control over his Kagune or body. In Kaneki, you can see sway from insane to in control throughout the series. In the end, it's a very strange form that just kinda does what it wants. Sky's the limit when you have enough RC cells. Hey, do me a favor and give me a like and a follow, and check out my YouTube channel in my bio for more videos.